Hi and welcome to RCKicks. On today's show, well, I'm hoping this is not going to be too controversial. I'm sure it will be. Anyway, Tamiya did a lot of announcements of cars that are coming. Well, some really good body sets anyway. And I think we can all agree that Tamiya does amazing body sets. Their attention to detail and the scale is always bang on. And they're just really, really nice. Unfortunately, this year they put out quite a few cars, but they're on the TT02 chassis. Now, before you all jump into the comments saying, "Oh, Gavin, you hate the TT02. Why do you hate the 02? It's brilliant." Yes, it's fine. There is nothing wrong with it. It's just I've built quite a few of them, and I've had loads of them on the show. And I just got a little bit bored with them. Obviously, if you want to go stock TT02 racing, again, that's exactly what you're going to need, just because they're stock and they're TT02s. But after building so many of them and having cars in the collection, what I personally like to do is I like to get the beautiful body sets and maybe put them on something a little bit more interesting. Now, there's quite a few body sets that are coming that I'm really interested in. Two of them is the Audi 90 Quattro and the Audi RA LMS 2008. Both really gorgeous. Also the Porsches that are coming, the GT3 911 is pretty nice. So I'm going to do the same thing for that. Anyway, looking at getting other chassis available, luckily Tamiya have been banging out road cars since the dawn of time, and there is hundreds of them, all the TRFs to loads of other different versions, all slightly different, weird and wacky designs that are really interesting. So, and before you also comment the BT-01, I think the less we talk about that, the better. Yeah. Obviously, personally, I'm not a fan of the look of the chassis. Yes, it does lots of different things, but it's not exactly pretty. It's quite plasticky. The ones that have been out at the moment are very basic. They don't have a lot of things with them. And you're looking at £159 will get you, say, the Subaru kit. Well, being that Tamiya have done lots of other chassis available, it's quite easy to go online and find something like this, a TA07 Pro. Now, I know what you're thinking, yes, but how much did you pay for it? Well, I found this on eBay in its wrapper, and it cost me a grand total of £183.35. Yep, so that's basically a BT-01 Super kit is £159. So £35 more to get this than the BT-01. Yes, it has a body set, and I think this doesn't come with wheels and tyres, but we'll have to look. Maybe it comes with rims, not sure about tyres. We'll find out when we do the unboxing. So for £30 odd more, is this a better way to go? And then you can add any body set you like. Granted, you're gonna have to pay for a body set as well, so you're looking at probably another £35 on top. I don't know, seems like quite a bargain, especially when you look at something like this, which is a TT02 SRX, which cost me £329. Yes, this chassis under here was £329. And please note, it doesn't even come with alloy steering. So that kind of makes this a pretty decent bargain. Just a quick reminder that this Porsche 45th anniversary raffle ends tonight. Yes, as this video drops. So if you're super fast, you can head over there and get yourself a ticket for a chance to win this or a cash equivalent. But you better hurry up as it ends tonight as this video has been released. So I guess if you're watching this in a month's time, sorry, you kind of missed it. What's that? Parts? Well, yeah, you see, you've got to be a little bit careful because Tamiya put out so many chassis, some of them are going to have parts and some of them aren't. So sure, yes, you could argue that the TT02 would be much easier to get parts for than it would be for, say, another chassis. Well, I went and had a look today. This is in the UK, it might be different in America, and it could be different in Australia. The TA07 Pro, well, I actually found quite a few parts available for it from RC shops and on eBay. So if you were going to run it, you wouldn't have to be too frightened that you're going to break something. Also, the TA07 Pro, which came out 2016, isn't the only one available. They also did a TA07R in 2018, a TA07MS in 2018, then they did a TA07RR in 2020, and a TA07MSX in 2020. And I think that's why there's quite a few parts available for this. So that's not really a problem, but sure, if you go and get something a bit more obscure, you might have an issue with finding a part. But what I'm personally looking for is to get one of these lovely new body sets that's being released by Tamiya and not put it on a TT02, put it on something a little bit more interesting. And that's what I've done. But when you actually look at the prices, if you hunt around a little bit, you can actually get some pretty decent Tamiya chassis to put under these gorgeous bodies. So the bodies that I have in mind for this one is the Audi Quattro 90 and the Audi R8 LMS. They're both 257mm, so they'll fit perfectly onto this car and go into the collection. Right, let's open it up and take a look at it. Now, obviously, I haven't looked inside this at all, and I don't know whether this came wrapped like this or it's been wrapped since, but yeah, let's open it up. Normally in the UK you don't get wrappers like this, so I'm not sure where this came from originally. How do I open it? Okay, so it's, what's this? It's just a open. Oh, it's got like, okay, so it's got that sheet on it. How does it open? Is it, here we go. Right, we flip it around and then lift it out this way. Oh, so it has got rims. So there we go. You do get some rims. Obviously, it probably doesn't have tires. I wouldn't have thought, being that it's kind of a racing car. Kind of generic ones. Then we have the chassis itself. Quite an interesting one. I'm getting vibes of TC-01. Let's open it up and have a quick look at it. Yeah, so it's there, kind of like composite plastic. You can see the way that it leaves this strange pattern. Interesting. Right, let's just move this out of the way. Then we actually get an aerial. There you go. Then we've got some parts which look like diff housing parts. This is one of those chassis that it's quite difficult to kind of figure out what bits are. Okay, then we get, what's this? Looks like this center cover for the spur gear and the pinion cover, I guess. Then we've got a servo saver and then a few other mounting parts. Then what have we got here? Oh, there's a whole load of stuff in this bag.
I just want to take a moment to thank radiocontrol.co.uk sponsoring the RCKicks 2025 tour. Radiocontrol.co.uk are now stocking Team Associated and Milalo. Gav's a big fan of the Milalo's rally car as well as Kyosho. They're also the main UK distributor for Flywing and even offered to lend one to Gav to feature on the show. After taking a quick look, he liked the Bell 206 V3, but at £649 for the Ready to Fly version, and considering his flying skills, well, he would definitely crash it. So that's a no from me. Radiocontrol.co.uk's main business focus is to offer great value while helping newcomers get into the hobby, with dedicated packages offered all in one place. So whether you're looking for your next RC kit or just getting started, give them a Google. Right, let's get back to Gavin opening the TA07 Pro.
Let's take a look. Oh, there's loads. So, hubs. God, they're tiny. Are they rear hubs? Wow, they are really small. Then we have, there's the front C hubs. God, these look tiny. Arms. This is 1/10. There's the arms, front and rear. They look to be identical. So I guess it uses one arm for all four corners. Good if you're going racing. Then we've got some other plate covers of some sort, and then we've got some towers, the front and rear towers. God, this looks tiny, this does. Then what have we got? What, I don't even know what those parts are. What are they? I have no idea. Something to do with one of the towers, maybe? And the rest of it is a mystery. It's got Tamiya written on there. So it must be just some top plaque or something. Then we have, what is this lot? Some shims. And then it looks like the pivot block ends. And then we've got the battery tray and the body mounts. And then we've got the bumper, front bumper foam mount. And then I'm not sure what that is. Then we have what else have we got in here? Then we've got the front hubs. Yeah, very tiny. What else have we got in here? Then we've got, these are for the shocks. As far as I know, the shocks in this one are aluminium, but we'll have to have a look. One belt. Yeah, apparently you move the motor up and down, but it just uses one belt that loops all the way around. Quite interesting. Is it going to be a nightmare to change this belt? That's the question. Oh, we've actually got some stickers. TA07 Pro stickers. And then we've got another huge bag. Let's open that up and take a look. Ugh. Foam bumper. Right, then we've got diff housing, front and rear diffs. I'm guessing, are these going to be gears? Yeah, there we go, gear diffs, front and rear, high traction, so yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Aha, there we go. So it comes with the alloy shocks as well, and this is a big part of trying to find a kit more like this than going for something that's lower down the range of Tamiya, because when you start adding up what it costs to add these later on, these go for like 60-70 pound a set. So you're better off getting a car that has more options included than going basic and then adding them later. So this has got universals on the front and rear. And then we've got, what other bits and pieces have we got? The tie rods are all blue. Then we got the A bag, which is blue ball joints and spacers. I'm not sure what those two are. They might be part of the steering. And then what else have we got here? The motor mount plate. Oh yeah, this kit has all the bearings with it as well. It has got a few bushes, probably for the steering. So luckily I can swap them out. Not an issue. But you think when it's ball raced, you just think it would be all of them. But no, there is actually some bushes in there as well. And then we've got the out drives in there. What is that? A motor mount spacer. That's weird. Yeah. And then what else have we got in here? We've got a few blue anodized wheel nuts, some spacers and some shims. And then the last one is just the usual bag of spanners, shims. Nice to include some shims. And then last but not least, we've got the manual. So it's an interesting, what drew me to it, apart from the price, was just it's very different of something that I've not built before, and it just seemed like really good value. So there you go. So basically you've got a load of alloy parts. You also got upgraded oil shocks, and you got a set of rims. So the only thing I'd have to buy for this is a set of tires and a body, and that's it. So it just seems like really good value. So there you go, that's just a quick look at the TA07 Pro, but it's not going to be back on the show just yet. We've got to wait for those body sets to drop. Whether someone might break a kit and I might be able to get hold of a body set early before Tamiya release them just as their body sets, we'll just have to wait and see. But next on the show, we're going to be fully building up the Plasma Mark II from Porsche. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. A massive thank you to radiocontrol.co.uk for sponsoring this video. See you on the next one. Bye bye.